Ferdi shot to fame in 2018 completely by accident and became one of the biggest memes in the UK. He didn't even know that he'd gone viral until people started shouting things at him and his wife in the street. So soon after this, he started to try and cash in on his newfound fame, but he claims that during his peak relevancy in the UK, he was making less money than he did as a delivery driver. And that's exactly what Ferdi was doing before the fame. Ferdi was a food delivery driver, and whilst he was driving around on his day job, he noticed his brake was making an odd sound. So one day he decided to see if he could fix this weird sound, strapped on his high-vis and went to his car, and you know exactly what happens next.
What the fuck are you doing?
So I crashed.
What do you mean you crashed? I just hit my head.
So.
No, stay there. I'll call the police.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not. I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Okay. Look, I'm getting off.
Is it bleeding?
No.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Okay, go on, get your phone.
Are you fucking blind? You can't see me.
I crashed.
You crashed? How are you coming fast? Why you fucking coming fast? What is this fucking car? Why you coming fast? I just hit, you hit me, and I just hit the car with my head. You understand what I'm saying?
This clip always makes me crease because like both sides are just making no sense. The guy isn't apologizing really, he's just sort of saying he crashed. You got Ferdi who was literally crashing out on the other side. Afterwards, Ferdi called the police or some shit. They both stayed there, took a statement, nothing happened. And literally a year passed.
Year pass. 1 year pass.
Okay.
1.5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing. Me and my wife, we was going to walk into the shop. 2, 3 kids. And then one woman, they was walking next to us, and they say, his age is around 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Why are you coming fast? Don't go anywhere. Are they talking to somebody else?
Yeah.
There's nobody. They're telling us like this. And then my wife said, why are they calling us like that?
Yeah.
I said, I don't know.
So as well as these people in the street stopping him, he had like old work colleagues who were asking for videos of Ferdi to send to their kids. It sounds creepy, but you know what I mean. And soon enough, Ferdi realised that this fame could send him sky high, especially financially. But having no idea what he was doing, he needed a manager, someone to help him. And that's where we bring in Snatchy. Snatchy was Ferdi's manager, like in his peak years of being relevant in the UK. But Snatchy wasn't some manager that had done this before. No, Snatchy was an Amazon delivery driver who somehow fluked the job as Ferdi's manager at the time for everything. I don't really know how. It's like Ferdi just put like a flyer up in the local shop just when manager, and the first guy walks in, he's, oh, my delivery. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, go on. You can be my manager. Like, what? That makes no sense. So anyway, Snatchy sort of starts controlling everything Ferdi, helping him get bookings and deals and whatnot. Whereas Ferdi was sort of just the face of the brand. Didn't really know what he was doing. He'd turn up, collect a bit of money and fuck off home. So he was doing the classics, you know, the club appearances, where Ferdi was saying he was making between £500 and £700 a club appearance. Now, I'd probably say that Ferdi was making at least a couple grand, or charging a couple grand in total for these club appearances. So for him to only really be seeing £500, £700, that's like sort of a quarter, a third of the money. You have to ask, where's the rest of the money going? Anyway, Snatchy set him up an Instagram page to help him get some more brand deals. And it was around this time that Ferdi shot a music video for GRM Daily. If you've never heard the song or seen the video before, you're lucky. I would suggest you never go and watch it, because it is genuinely one of the worst things they've ever posted on that platform. I'm still confused why they actually made this shit. I assume it was just sort of like a theme song for his public appearances or something. I don't even know. But Ferdi later said that for the video and the song, he got paid nothing. And Ferdi's been on a couple podcasts since this whole thing with Snatchy, who is his now ex-manager.
Surprised, I'm shocked.
I don't know, man.
I just want, can I just go and smoke? Can we have a breakfast? The first time I hear the song, money. I'm shocked.
Yeah, things got a little intense on a couple of the podcasts. Lucky for you, I have watched them all. And Ferdi was sort of thinking that the song had made tens of thousands of pounds, whereas Snatchy said he didn't make any money from the song or the video either. And that's the one thing I'll say I probably agree with Snatchy on, is that, yeah, he probably didn't make any money off that actual song or the video, because the song got no streams and the video was on GRM Daily. So I think Ferdi was probably just a little confused on how much money that song was actually getting. So then Ferdi did a Boohoo Man deal, just some like basic t-shirts with the How You Coming Fast slogan on. And this was his biggest deal. He got around £7,000 to £8,000 for this entire Boohoo Man deal. But he knows that they made more money from that deal, and he didn't get to see all that money. So Ferdi knew that Snatchy was taking some of this money that he felt was his. And in Ferdi's eyes, this was Snatchy taking food off his kid's plate, because Ferdi didn't have a job anymore. This was his full-time job. So the money that Snatchy was taking, that was for Ferdi's kids. And of course, like on this podcast, Snatchy denies everything, but it's pretty obvious to tell. Like, I'm no body language expert, but it's pretty obvious to tell that this guy was just lying through his teeth. He also came on this podcast to defend himself, because Ferdi had publicly gone out saying Snatchy snatched a load of money from me. So Snatchy turns up to the podcast where Ferdi is explaining how he's really struggling for money and shit because Snatchy took a load of it. And he turns up in an £1,000 Moncler jacket. Like, you cannot write that shit, bro. That is so comedic. And I have suffered watching basically 2 hours of Ferdi and Snatchy podcast content just for you guys. So you don't need to watch it. But this is basically all summed up in like 10 seconds for you. You stole a load of money from me. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Because where's the money gone then? Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, that's basically what happened. He say, she say for like 40 minutes. But after watching for some time, Ferdi was getting like visually upset. You could see how annoyed he was getting at the shit Snatchy was saying, because he knew that Snatchy was bullshitting. And it's pretty obvious that Snatchy was taking more money than he actually needed or was deserving of. And yeah, Ferdi probably thought that Snatchy was making more money than he actually was, but he was definitely taking too much. And the one example that is best to really show the level of this situation, it's a personal favourite of mine, so strap in, get ready, because it's a good one. It's peak, but it's a good one. So Snatchy sets Ferdi up an Instagram account when he's first starting off. And the one thing I will say is Snatchy helps with the content. Obviously, Ferdi not too sure on what to do. Snatchy tells him sort of videos, the posts that he needs to make and whatnot. Now, obviously, there comes a time where Ferdi realises, I don't want Snatchy as my manager anymore. He tells Snatchy he doesn't want him as his manager. Snatchy changes the password on Ferdi's Instagram account and logs Ferdi out, forces him to pay £1,000 for his own Instagram account. You cannot write this shit. He forces him to pay him £1,000 for his own Instagram account. Like, this guy has made you thousands of pounds, Ferdi, and now you're gonna charge him money for his own Instagram account. Like, what? Snatchy came out and said that Ferdi owed him money and whatnot, yada yada, load of bullshit.
You messaged him, the Boohoo guy, to change the
Like, you see how this man is stumbling over his words? Don't stumble over words. Instead, stumble down to the subscribe button. Make sure you click it right now. Click it right now. 94% of you who are watching this video are not subscribed. What the fuck? Not cool. It doesn't even cost any money. It's completely free. It just means that I'll be able to get one of those fancy little fucking plaques. So go down there, click the subscribe button, and if you click it, there's a high chance. I've actually covered the subscribe button in like Snatchy snatching repellent. So if you click it, you're not going to get shagged by your manager in any future deals. Big fucking love to you. Ferdi was basically the man who had no tools for going viral. Like, the guy was on a different planet. He had no idea of this world that he just stumbled into. And he employed an Amazon delivery driver who he knew nothing about, who's never managed before, as the guy who was in charge of all his finances. Like, it was only really going to go one way. So where is Ferdi now? What happened to Ferdi? Well, to be honest with you, it's a pretty sad ending, because Ferdi went back to exactly where he was before he went viral, but it's probably just got a lot worse for him. 2 years ago, he went on like a string of podcasts saying how financially he would have been better just not going viral and just sticking at his day job, because of how little money he was making through this time as like being Ferdi, the Why You Coming Fast guy. And when he stopped working with Snatchy, he obviously didn't really know what to post and the sort of videos to make, and he wasn't really getting any help through posting on social media and the content he needed to make. So when his pages slowed down and he wasn't making any money through social media, he had to go back to the day job he had before. It got way harder for him, because when he was looking for jobs, people thought he was taking the piss. They were like, oh, you're Ferdi, the guy with all the music video with the Lamborghini and doing all these club appearances, you got all the money, like, why do you need a job with me as a delivery driver? They would, no, you're taking the piss, like, I'm not employing you. But he actually needed money desperately, and he was struggling to find a job, and luckily he did find a job. and now he does 6 days a week delivering parcels at Every or Hermes. He mentioned a couple years ago about wanting to get into influencer boxing, but that's really gone nowhere, to be honest. I feel for him because it's peak times being a UK meme, because your shelf life is extremely short, and having shit management is only going to make that shorter. He even mentioned that now on his normal day job of being a Hermes delivery driver, he gets recognized all the time, and he said he feels embarrassed because these people see him as like Ferdi, oh, the way coming fast guy. Couple years ago, the talk of the town. Not a couple years now, you're talking like 7-8 years. 7 years on, and he's delivering parcels, and he said he genuinely gets embarrassed about it. After going viral, he really gained nothing. He's gone back to the exact same job, but now has a bit of embarrassment of people recognizing him when he's doing that job. And to be honest, he might have just been better overall if he never even went viral in the first place.